I'm Susie Brown. Welcome to a special episode of the Mobility Focus that we're calling the Employee Focus. In today's episode, we'll be joined by special guest Jennifer Geisler, who is the Chief Operations Officer here at Sunset Empire Transportation District. And we look forward to learning a little bit more about her and the career she has had here at SETD. Hi Jennifer, how long have you worked for the district and what did you do before starting this career in transit?
I've been with the district for 10 years. Coming February, it'll be 10 years. I started as a temporary driver in February of 2015. Before I came to the district, I was a stay-at-home mom and I started driving school bus for Napa. And as the children got older, I realized that I probably need a little bit more. It was about a three hour a day job, and so I needed a little bit more.
And summer's off, so no money in the summer.
Right. And so I was introduced to Sunset Empire. We had some school bus drivers that were already working here. And so I came here and was a temporary driver with the paratransit department, and soon an office job came open to be the dispatcher, so I got hired on full-time with benefits and those things, and it was time. It was 12 years of school bus driving. It was time to get out of the school bus driving seat, and so I was happy to come here. I had gotten to know the staff at the time and loved it here and didn't want to leave after the summer was over. So became a dispatcher, then became paratransit supervisor and overseeing 5 drivers and 3 office staff, not realizing that was soon in my future.
And then you went on to be the supervisor of your position,
mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
Yeah, deputy operations. And so I kind of helped with the chief operations at that time. Learn the things that go on the operational side of things. I was only familiar with the paratransit side, the curb-to-curb service. So then he retired and I kind of took over and became chief operations officer, and then oversee maintenance and a multitude of supervisors.
And clearly you like it, driving 45 minutes to an hour one way, regardless of the storm.
Yes, summer traffic or yes.
Right, good company to work for.
Yes.
And you're happy to stay here. Good.
Yes.
What's a typical day for you as a COO?
I don't know if there's actual typical day in transit alone, but a typical day for my position as chief operations, overseeing maintenance and both fixed route and paratransit. Once I get here, trying to quickly assess what the day looks like, who's driving which route, what the bus situation is. Was there a bus breakdown yesterday? Did we have
Is the bridge up? Do we have to reroute everybody?
Right, what roads are closed, right. Communication is key, so communicating any known situations, whether it's road closures or an accident, which can happen at any day, any time. Communicating those with the supervisors. I have direct connection with the drivers too, so sometimes it's I see them before I may see their supervisor. So communication, we're pretty small here, so just letting them know, assessment of the day. There may be a rider that's been excluded from service, and then addressing that situation, letting drivers know that we often have pictures and apprise them of the situation at hand.
Pictures and how long they are excluded from service.
Mm-hmm, yes, and so and then bus shelters, do they need to be cleaned and what's their status, or is there maintenance that needs to happen?
Or occupied.
Yes, or occupied, yeah. And so a lot going on. So those are the top priorities when I start my day and throughout the day, because that can change at any moment, whether it's God forbid, an accident which closes a road instantly and we have to reroute routes, and or a driver isn't able to come in today, we have to schedule new, and a supervisor may end up having to drive because we don't have by the time we've called through all the drivers and temps, nobody might be available. They might already be driving, and so assessing that. I have kept my CDL. obtaining your CDL is rather difficult. You know, it's a challenge to get, and so I'm never going to let it go. And knock on wood.
It's very nice that this company provides training and allows more people to come in and makes that possible, because as you said, it's very challenging. It's involved time-wise and financially, so it's wonderful that Cincinnati Empire provides that.
Yeah, we have great trainers that can help you obtain your CDL. Yeah.
How do you feel when you know your efforts have made it easier for the community to ride the bus?
It is very satisfying to know that what we do here changes people's lives. You know, oftentimes, unfortunately, that's kind of the hard part about this job, is you're in the office a lot. You know, having been the driver, having driven paratransit, having driven fixed route, having driven, you know, and been out there in the public, and you're faced with the riders and their needs and their challenges, or never seen the ocean before in their whole entire life. That was very moving to me when I got to experience that with some college girls that lived in Kansas, and somebody had to write that route, you know, in Cannon Beach. Somebody has to make it possible that veterans can ride for free. Somebody made it possible here to know that, you know, we can, you know, train people, that we can provide better service. And that all starts with an idea. And then wherever I'm at in that, you know, in that line, whether it was the idea or molding that idea into something that SETD can take on, making sure the board is apprised to it, and if they have to approve it, and then, you know, seeing the final product, and then getting to talk to people on the phone that their lives are changed because of those things that we get to do, and get to do for them. For older adults, for people with disabilities, you know, those are life-changing. We did food box delivery. You were a driver for us during COVID, and you did that every week, and we filled that bus. I think the fullest bus we had like 26 boxes or something. It was filled to the brim, and getting to deliver, you know, I could get that passed, you got to deliver those. That changed people's lives, and it's satisfying. It is so gratifying to know that you know, that's a need. That was an essential need that people, and they still need it today. So it is still on my bucket list to get that back, you know.
And people that are mobility challenged for some reason and are able to have a companion or a caregiver ride for free is fantastic.
Yes, yes.
What are some of the things that you enjoy the most as you run into someone, say, please come apply, this is a great job? What positive thoughts do you have that would encourage more people to apply, as obviously we still need more drivers?
Right. So, you know, as a stay-at-home mom, as a school bus driver, I at that time would have never guessed I was here. People even said, someday you could run this place. And I'd be like, no, don't give that to me. I don't want that, you know. And now that I'm here, that other part, of gratifying part of this job is not just the riders, but working with the people we get to work with. And I get to help make those changes. Like, I get to help make a life better for all the staff, whether it's, you know, positive, you know, compliments, and we have popcorn Fridays, and so I don't know if it's so much transit, but just working at Sunset Empire. And we get to change the lives of riders, but we also can change the lives of our employees. It's all employee morale. And
it's a team. It's a very good place to work. Very, very kind and respectful people, and good standards in place for what we do.
And that's what I strive for. That's just who I am, you know. Tell me what's wrong. What can I do to help you? What can I do to change? What's a roadblock in you being able to have a great day today? Help me know what I can do. You know, you can't be everywhere, and you can't fix everything, but I can do my darnest to be your voice or help
Okay, last question is, can you share a little bit about yourself and how you stay motivated during the workday?
Coffee. It's a mess. Stay motivated every day. It's it's the people that I get to work with. I have an open door policy.
And we love that.
Yeah, my desk is never this clean, but if you were here 10 minutes ago, it was, all my projects that are on my whiteboard, they're all out on my desk. But if somebody walks in and they're like, Jen, do you got 10 minutes? Absolutely, come on in. And that's what keeps me motivated, knowing that, if a driver's having a hard route, or, or maybe somebody's challenged at home or whatever, like, come in, because we all have personal lives and we're all people. And so,
like calling you on your way home.
Yes.
One time a couple years ago, and
Yes.
I was crying because this rider was so mean to me.
Yes.
I couldn't wait 3 more
Yes.
days until Monday.
No,
You
exactly.
take good care of your people.
Yeah. And I have no problem on that two-way radio saying, I'm on my way. And we've done that a few times. And I think two-way radio saying, I'm on my way. And we've done that a few times. And I think feeling supported. I mean, me as an employee, I want to know that I'm supported, and I want those that I get to oversee. I want you to feel supported. Like, I hear you, and I see what, your challenge might be, or the positive. I want to hear the good things, like, what happened today, and how are things going. So, and that feeds over. That will feed over into our drivers driving their route, and that will feed over to the dispatcher that's talking on the radio or the telephone scheduling rides. That feeds over to management even too, and that all trickles down. So.
And the riders constantly telling all the drivers, thank you. We appreciate you guys. You're so kind.
Yes.
We're all getting positive feedback from the community, and that helps us feel good because of the standards that you guys have. The customer service is very important to this company, and we definitely feel that.
Yeah, and that goes with a line out of a movie that has just been stuck with me for the last few months, and it's attitude reflects leadership. And so I think that's everyone's responsibility. Our attitude reflects, leadership. And if we're struggling, we need to share that. We need to communicate that. And then it's our responsibility as leadership that I'm in this position. It's my responsibility to communicate and express a positive attitude, because yes, we all have struggles. Transit is hard, and in the rural Pacific Northwest, it's hard, but we can still reflect positivity, make the routes better for people. We can, where do they need us to go? Where do they need us the most? For, by choice or by necessity. And then we have a lot of tourists too, and they're happy to get on the bus.
Well, thank you for your time today, Jennifer.
You are welcome.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Mobility Focus, and thank you, Jennifer Geisler, for the interview. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like today's content. And don't forget that you can contact us if you have any questions at 503-861-7433. Thank you, and have a nice day.